Hi, this is Cindy. Welcome to my channel. And to get out your stuff and just craft with me today. Let me tell you a story while I'm working and starting to put this journal together. I'll talk about the journal itself in a minute. So this past weekend, I went to the Celebrate Commemorate event in Waterloo, New York. And if you follow along, that's one of the reasons I didn't do a video on Monday. It's because, my glory, I was exhausted by the time we finished. But if you stay to the end, there's a little bonus at the end of this video. So stay to the end and you get a little bonus about that particular weekend. But in any case, one of the good things that came out of the weekend was that I sold journals. I sold a lot of journals, and I have three price points. I have $45, I have $25, basically it's $45, $35, $25. The 45 are the, hang on, let me just set that down. The 45 are the fabric journals, the ones that have the fabric cover. The 35 are the hardcover journals, like my recipe book, and all I have left is a recipe book and a Christmas book. And then my $25 journals, which are single signature, generally have a cardstock cover. They're smaller journals. These are $25. Well, I sold out of my $25 journals. I don't have any left. I'm good. I almost am sold. I only have two of my $35 ones. I only have two hardcovers left. So I'm going to have to make some more hardcovers. And I still have quite a number of the $45 ones. Those were, I'm good on those. However, without having any more $25 ones, I'm like, okay, I have got to get started. And so this particular one is from Graphic 45. This is an 8x8 paper pack that I bought several years ago when I went shopping in Canada at that wonderful, unique scrapbooking store. They have moved, but they were in Guelph. Now they're down in Woodstock. But anyway, I suggest you go visit them. So I bought this, and I bought these things, whatever you call these. They're like die cuts that go with the kit. And so I decided I was going to make this, and then I went and sold all those other things, and I'm like, okay, now we've got to get to work. So I have this just attached here, and I did this as a fold-out page. There's a pocket here, but I haven't put anything in the pocket yet. So now I am in the process of trying to figure out what to do with all of this, and I'm thinking I might just leave this for now and go on to the next set of pages. Okay, hang on. There we go. So today, this is what I'm doing. I am crafting a bunch of stuff, and while I like those, I think I want this side for this. I'm going to do this as a pocket, and so so you can put something in the pocket. It's going to, go like that. Not this particular card because it faces the wrong way, but we'll figure something out. We'll figure out a card in a bit. So let me go ahead and get this attached. I love two-sided paper because you get your choices, but oh, it's so hard sometimes because you want all the pages. You want to be able to use both sides, which is one of the reasons I did this, because I can use both sides of the paper. Okay, come on. Let's get back to the page I want to be on and get my glue working. There it goes. So one of the things I've decided about Fabri-Tac is that you get to a point and it's just going to be slow because it gets old. Okay, come on. I want just a little bit at the corners. Now I did kind of angle those corners, so we're going to not be able to go as far down as you might think. All right. So now I have a pocket. I'm using this frame like a pocket, but I want to put something down here, and I have a whole bunch of, sorry, still getting over my cold. I have some Tim Holtz that I haven't even opened yet, but I think I want to stick with this at the moment. So let me see what I can find. I've got ribbon that I've got out here. I got all sorts of stuff. I could put, no, I don't like the pink on there. Oh, there we go. That might be kind of nice down there. So I hope everybody had a good holiday, which, you know, is a time to remember those who came before and who gave their lives in the service of their country. And I think sometimes we forget that because we're so busy enjoying the freedoms that they gave us, that their sacrifice gave us. It's a little tall. I'm going to take a little more off of that. I don't want to cover up the cute little thingamabob there. There's a little cutout in it of a little flourish. Yeah, so it was really fun to do what I like about Waterloo is that they do celebrate, commemorate. So they both celebrate the season as well as commemorate those who came before. So at the celebrate one, I sold a ton of stuff. I sold a lot of my books. And I made my booth fee like within an hour, which was surprising because, oh my glory, it rained and it was cold and it was just yucky. There, we'll put that there. Now we got to design a card to go inside. So I have a little bit of this, but I don't know that I like that. I have some of this. Okay, that's a possibility. We're going to hang on to that. But I'm looking at, where's my big bag? Here we go. I'm looking at this to see if there's something else I can take out of there. Life is nothing without passion. Let's take, excuse me, let's take that piece. All right. There we go. So yeah, we're just basically, if you want to know how I make these and decorate, this is really it. It's not a clean process. It is so messy. I'm doing so many other things at the same time. And I just want to get right to the edge there. We'll save that. We'll use that for something else. And then I want to cut along the top of that. Save that for something else. And then we'll cut this part. So it's not a particularly interesting journal today, or a video today necessarily. I just want to see if that slides in. It does. I want it to slide all the way to there. Perfect. So now I need to put a tab on it. I need to put something up here, and I need to use my archival ink. I'm using archival ink vintage photo on almost everything. I forgot to do it around those, because if you know me, you know I always forget to do this. I don't know what there's. Oh, there's a lot of red on that one here. Let me just chop that down a little bit. I just want to get that just a little bit cleaner. There. Just a tiny piece taken off. I like the guillotine for that better. Okay. Yeah, that's going to work just fine. So now I have a couple of things out. I've used this on one of the other ones. And I'm going to have to kind of I like that because this, how do they, I'm not even sure how you say it. Ruched. Is that how you say that? If I don't, tell me how to say it in the comments, because I'm not sure that I have it right. But I like that scrunched up look to it. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue right here at the top. And then I'm going to put that there. Turn it over, kind of push it down, make sure it's nice and cemented. And then a little bit of glue here on the back. Bring it down. And now I got to hold it for a minute because I learned, I did this with one of the other ones, and I learned that if I don't hold it, get it lined up a little better there, it pops off. So I'm going to sit here and hold this for a second. It's an absolutely beautiful day today, and I am very excited because once I stop filming today, I'm going up to Rochester for two things. One is an 1.5-hour massage. Oh my glory, I can't wait, especially after this weekend. I cannot wait. Okay, let's see how that's going to work. Please tell me that's going to work. Yes, it is. Look at that. I like that. Hang on. Now, there's no reason you couldn't do this with any sort of paper. This one was pre-made. It has a flip side, but I didn't like the flip side. So, I mean, I do like the flip side, but the flip side is this really, there's a lot to that. And I just didn't want that on the flip side. All right, so there we have our pocket. I have a pocket here that needs to be pinned down. This was just a piece of regular 12 by 12 that I cut down a while ago, intending to put it into a signature, and then decided it didn't fit. So I just put it, I have a box of signature pages, things that can go in for a signature that I either have used in the past or didn't use, and then decided not to use, or I come across them, I think, oh, that'll make a nice page in a journal, and so I'll fold it and just stick it in the box. You know, a single kind of thing all by itself. And so that is where this particular page came from. So it was already pre-made. This, by the way, is only 8 inches tall. It's not 8.5, which means I had to cut down all my pages because I decided I wanted to use the 8-inch pages all by themselves. I love that cover. This is the cover, Wisdom Begins in Wonder. And it's just very French, very, you know, different kind of thing. All right, now I have, let's see, come here. Oh, happy day. 2 of these. Let's cut that off. Find the edge. Right there. I always take my time to line up because I've learned that if I don't, I end up with things I don't necessarily want. I do like this little one, but I think I'm coming close to wanting a larger one. I'm not there yet because this is my no-buy year, but I am getting close to saying, maybe for Christmas. I'll put it on my Christmas list that I want a big one. Okay, now, do I like that? I did that, and I don't really even like it, do I? Maybe I prefer that. Nope, I don't like that either. Because it's getting lost in the red. So let me see what else I have here. Oh, my glory. This is half of this is just finding the right piece, isn't it? Okay, let me set that aside just as a... That one's a little tall, but that would be okay. I'm okay with that. Put that away. I'm okay with that sticking up like that because that makes it kind of unique, doesn't it? And then we'll just put the card behind it. Do I have all the cards made? I have some. I tend not to stuff as I go along, only because I did that at one time. Okay, let's do from here. I stuffed at one time one of those paper bags that go around the signature. You know, you put half the paper bag goes this way, half the paper bag goes on the other side of the signature. And it was stuffed, and then I sewed the stuffing into it. Okay. There. So now, when I go to put that in, it just does that. It won't be necessarily this card. That's a card that I made for it. I have another card here. I have all sorts of cards to go tucked into different places. But some things like this one needed a specific. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about the belly band that I've already made. I kind of like the green just the way the green is. And I do have some green things in here. Let's see if I can, no, that's blue. That's another frame. Ooh, what do I have here? I have a little birdie. It says, "To my dear." Okay, and I have a little heart. We could just, you know, put the little... Which side do I like better? I think I like that side better than that side. Okay, maybe. But I was looking for, I know I had green. There's a green. Bright green. Ooh. And then the blue. I like the blue better. I am not liking the green on this. It's too in your face. I kind of like that little doodad right up there. Now, I could do that as a tab. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do that as a tab. I also need to put some lace on some of these. I got lace on there. I think you need lace. You might need a little lace. Yeah, okay. We'll put some lace on you, but let's do a tab. Let's do you as a tab. So I'm going to go halfway. Okay, let's go just a little bit more than halfway. Okay. And then we're just going to tab it right like that. There. That makes a nice little tab sticking out. Okay. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and throw the heart down there. Hang on, before I throw the heart down there, do I want to throw a little, I probably should have thrown a little pink up in there, or a little green. I have a little bit of green here. Let's see what it looks like. So this is my creative process. It's not fancy. Okay, I like it, but too much. I have too much. This is not they say trust the process. I hear that from creators all the time. Trust the process. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to trust the process and just put stuff down and hope that it works. Okay, now I'll put my heart down. Oops, I have an extra piece of green there. And we hope that it works. Now you notice that I do not over decorate my pages, and I never have. I'm always kind of careful about putting too much in because I want people to be able to have the freedom to decorate themselves, to add their own ephemera, their own, you know, because I don't know if you're using this as a memory journal, you want a place to put tickets. You want a place to put writing. You want a place to put your photographs. There we go. Done. So I don't want to over decorate. I never want to over decorate. You know, to me this is almost too much, because I like people to be able to have the space to be able to write their own stuff in. You know, that's probably over decorated. I love it, but it's probably too much for some people because they want to be able to put in their own stuff. So trying to find the balance when I create a journal, that's where I am. Okay, so now I have these cards. I might wait on that because I don't know what I want to do. This one I kind of started. I covered up. This is just a page from something. I covered up the back page, and on the inside I've already done those two pockets. That's going to be the center of my journal. Let's do something here. We got to cover up that line, brighten it up somehow. And I just had, okay, so I have a little bit of this, which could do, what else do I have in here? Ooh, I have a whole piece here. I'll get you out of there. I like that. That almost goes the whole length. Not quite, but almost. And it's upside down. Because there's a fan there, and there's a roses there, and there's a heart hanging out off of a chain there. Or a spade. No, I guess it's a spade and it's upside down. That's all right. We're going to say it's a heart. Okay, so I like how that goes there. But what do I want to do here? Because we definitely need to do something here. Now I could put in a pocket. I could put in a pocket that goes over the whole thing. I mean, we could turn it this way and do the whole. See, look at this. See, that's coming up. All right, hang on. I need to throw a little bit of glue in here. I know you can't see it, and my glue just keeps, once the glue gets old, it just clogs up all the time. There we go. Glue that down a little bit better. Now I got some glue coming out. Now I'm making a mess. All right. Now I could do, I just did a belly band on the other page, so I don't know that I want to do a belly. I could do a tuck. Let's take that top off of there. Do I talk to myself as I create? Yes, all the time, which is probably why it doesn't seem weird for me to be sitting here talking to you, because I do. I sit here and I talk about what I'm doing. I yell at my ephemera when it doesn't behave itself. I obviously yell at my glue a lot. I'm constantly reminding myself to say, and I say things like, don't forget to do the distressing. Get out that and put that around there. Now I'm thinking I could put this here and just do it like a tuck. Now I have on this page, it's the same thing. So generally I don't try to do the same thing in the same journal, but quite honestly, I just want to use up this paper. So I think we're going to do this as a tuck space. Yes, that is decided. Tuck space. Okay, get the glue to come out and come around. And there we go. Okay, so thank you for coming and crafting with me for a little while. I am, hang on, going to fix this. And there is, and like I said, there's a bit of a bonus. So if you are still here and still watching, I'm going to be giving you a little bonus peek at what I did this weekend. There we go. So today we made a little tuck space for here. Those are already done. We sort of kind of decorated these pages. We put this little pocket thing here, and we put the pocket together, and we did this. And I got that on. All right. So if you're enjoying these videos, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the like button to let YouTube know that you like them. If you have a comment, want to put a comment down below, tell me what are you working on? Tell me something that you're working on right now. Whether it's filling a journal that's somebody already made, or whether it's creating something brand new, let me know what you're doing. In the meantime, this is Cindy signing off, and stay tuned for the bonus.